We're going to go now to our final speaker. Bernadette O'Malley is the country contact for UK and the tech wizard on WDI FQT. And it's the reason that we're here, because me and Bernadette were sitting meekly having a glass of wine at the pub with some TERFs, UK TERFs, and I was saying, oh, why don't we just do webinars and just talk about these things? And everybody else was going, no, you can't do that, it's not going to work, nobody will come, blah, blah. Bernadette went, yeah, good idea, let's just do it. So thank you very much. We've been going for nearly 5 years, and it's thanks to you, your positive support. Right, Bernadette.
Yes.
Is going to do news from the NGO CSW forum. So over to you, Bernadette.
CSW 68 is going on at the moment, and this is kind of the end of a reasonably long process. It starts kind of thinking about a month or so for like next year. So NGOs and everyone gather, and at the end of it, there's a conference, and this is it. This is the conference. The title, the kind of point of this conference, the perspective that they've put on it, I've put it here on this PowerPoint. And as you can see, it's immensely wordy. Accelerating the achievement of gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls by addressing poverty and strengthening institutions and financing with a gender perspective. Quite a wordy title for it. There were some other titles as well, but this was the main one that they put forward for CSW 68. I'm going to put this PowerPoint on the because I've got loads of links, and so if I put this PowerPoint, we just put it underneath the when it comes out, the video comes out, you can click on all these, but I won't go through it. But this is kind of, I totally took this from the video that I've got at the top there, and that is actually at the point of this particular set of slides, so you don't have to go all the way through it. And that's quite a good, in there, you can see that purple, I've got my massive, this here is quite a good website to explain what CSW is, how it came about and everything. So I stuck that one in there. So I'm going to mainly just have a quick chat with you about what's online, what you can have a look at, what's going on at this particular conference. So there's two sides to it. There's the actual side of the member states getting together, and then there's the NGO site. And I've put these two colors either side of this particular diagram because you can see that if you end up in a website and most of the colors are orange, you're on pretty much the official site. If you end up somewhere where most of them are blue, then you're on the NGO site, and it kind of will help you work out what you're reading. The actual official site, if you go into it, it'll look like this. And you can actually watch the videos. You can, as I say, you'll be able to click on this here. I keep pointing to it, but I should be using my cursor. Click on this link here. It'll take you into this website. Scroll down a bit, and you can scroll along these dates. And some of them have watch on them, and you'll go into a video. And also, they have actually got, like most parliaments, they've got an actual TV kind of channel that you can have a look at what's live going on at the moment. So you can also have, they've got a little snapshot of what is CSW, and then so this is the official, the member states. This is what they'll be doing. This is their timetable, and then you can go in and you can also have a look at the documents that they're going to be looking at. So these are all the official documents that will be there. I mean, it's pretty much like any meeting. They talk about what they're going to talk about. They tell you all the people that they've talked to that they're going to talk about, and then they tell you what they are going to do. But actually in the meeting, I don't really think they do anything. These statements here are the ones that have all been put forward by the NGOs. And they have to be, there's a very long acronym for it, but they have to be official NGOs, and then you can submit a statement to the UN, and they can put it up on their website here. I had a quick look at them. It's quite interesting if you go in. This particular, again, I'm pointing. This is the United Nations Digital Library System. It's really good. You can click on there and put in any of these documents or any. I picked out all of the English ones, and I used that then to find out all documents from CSW that had gender identity in them somewhere. So that's a really good little thing to know about, to use. So we're going to now go into the NGO side. So if you click on the links here, you'll be in the blue. Again, there's a website, scroll down through. Now you can register or you can just use the website. You can go into the interactive handbook. You can use the YouTube. And you can register for Zoom. You don't actually have to go into their portal. You don't have to register with them to actually, obviously you have to register to use the Zoom, but you just need an email for that. So you don't actually have to register for the NGO portal, but I will show you how to do that in a minute, and I did it today. So I just thought before, at the end of when I show you how to get into the portal, I've got to click a link to go into a website. So I was going to put this couple of slides at the end, but I thought I'd put them in the middle because I don't know if I'll be able to get back here. When I was watching all of the videos about what's going on, I did watch this one, and it was really interesting. And they were talking about the problems of women experiencing their periods across different countries. And there was a woman from Papua New Guinea, and she was talking about the fact that, you know, they don't even have shops to buy the products that you could use. And she was talking about pushing out the shops, pushing out that information. So you've got all of these women talking about the fact that women do not have access to period products. They do not have the knowledge that there are period products. And in that, they're talking about menstruators. So they're saying menstruators, and this was one here. This is an example. This problem is aggravated because we saw that in Pakistan, in the floods, there were a lot of menstruators who had to use dirty sheets of clothing. And so you've got them using this language, which, and I wondered if it was because when it went to the Q&A and they weren't kind of reading off their script and they were doing the language that they're used to doing in all of their PowerPoint presentations and things, they did talk about women. And occasionally they corrected themselves as well. And I wondered if it was just moving to a separate language. You know, English probably isn't their first language. So they're going to this language. They've been told that this is how you say it. And when, as an English speaker, my first language is English. When I hear menstruator, I have a physical reaction to being called a menstruator. And I just wonder if maybe a lot of women who have English not as their first language I wonder if these women do not appreciate what they're saying. So these women who were talking about really important issues didn't realize when they were articulating it, how demeaning their language actually was to English speakers. And I wonder if that's just a language thing that they haven't realized, and they just need to be told. And if maybe they did it in their own language and called the women menstruators or something else, maybe they might realize how awful it sounds. But I wonder if a lot of these women don't realize how awful it all sounds because it's not their first language. Anyway, that was just a thought I had as I was listening through to these. Really amazing women doing great work, but calling us all menstruators. Then I went down a total rabbit hole, which I've just kind of put in here, and it goes back to the fact of gender through finance and institutions. And also I was looking at the women who were on the UN Women UK, and one of them, she was linked to this Unstereotype Alliance. And I did have a quick look at it, but obviously I was doing this but you just can go down so many rabbit holes. But I do recommend women actually do look at this Unstereotype Alliance. They're basically going out to companies to tell them that their advertising should not be stereotypical. But I think in doing that, they are pushing gender identity as a way of not being in a stereotype instead of actually properly doing the analysis. And there did seem to be a crossover between it, but I'll just leave that there. I just really wanted it to put it here and have some brilliant women then analyze this. I think it's been taken over. Anyway, back to the forum. So you can go into the forum, and as I say, I did this morning. So you can, I was just going on to Zoom calls before, but I just want, so you can do it. You basically go into this website, you go on here, you register, put in your details, you get a thank you, an email comes through, then you click this link here, go back into that screen, and this time you click login. You go into login, you just put your email. You don't have to put in a password. There is no password. You click login and you go to this screen here. And now this is my last slide. So let's see if this works. Did it work? No, of course it didn't. So I'm going to stop sharing and re-share this screen. Hold on a moment. There you go. So you go to this screen and then you literally click on this. It's flashing at you. And look, this is where all the money's gone. Woo. And we're in the forum. So you can go to the exhibition booths. There's the handbooks. There's an information desk. Look at all that. Aren't we really glad that we've got this? And then you can listen to the women talking about the fact that they don't have any sanitary products. Just the juxtaposition of the whole thing really did kind of get to me. And but go in, have a look. There are some conversation circles which you can go and have a look at and register. And I really would recommend that that you do, because I think there might be questions that we can do. But most of this kind of online stuff is next week, so it's worth doing. You can probably listen into things that were happening before, and it'd be great if there are some other language women go in and push our ideas and remind them where they actually should be doing their work. I have to say, I don't know, I do hear an awful lot of congratulation language when I listen to these and just think, yeah, do you just spend your life wandering around being congratulated that you're on these boards rather than actually doing any work? Anyway, that's it. Please go for it.